All right, stream has started. Welcome everybody to the GFi Martinsville Mayhem 125, sponsored by Marshall Williamson. Thank you, Marshall Williamson, for sponsoring this race. It's gonna be a fun one here. I was just in the chat with the boys there. We got an over/under of 17.5 cautions here. So if anybody wants to get into the chat and let us know what you guys think, I'm going with the over, 1,000% over 17.5 cautions, but all by myself here tonight. So it should be a fun one. I hope everybody's ready. It's gonna be interesting. I'm hoping for a lot of green flag runs, but judging off of what we did in the Cup Series last night, I do not foresee that happening. But we shall see. Right now we've got Austin Dan, obviously, at the top of the leaderboard in practice with a 19.8. Shane Tackett right behind him with a 19.9. Wes Graham not far behind him with a 19.99. And Kevin Collins back there in fourth with a 24.7. 24.7, get it? Michael Nelson, the corn dog crippler, up in the top 5 with a 20.089. New guy, I believe this is his second race, Owen Roberts in that 00 with a 21.4. Nick Norris back there in 7th with a 21.7. William Ashworth with a 22. Dominic Frappieri doesn't run a lot of races, but he is here in 9th with a 22.9, and Lucas Martin with a 23.02. Should be a good one here tonight. Like I was saying, we will see on the over/under on the cautions here. I'm hoping for a low caution count. I would love to see some green flag running, but judging off of the past races, I don't foresee it happening. But who knows? They might shock me here tonight. We'll see. Like I said, thank you to, I believe, Marshall Williamson for sponsoring this race. Once that logo pops back up, I'll tell you the brand and everything and who's what it is sponsored by. AC Cycles. That is what it is right there. AC Cycles in the O'Reilly series here in the GFI League. Free league, by the way, so if anybody's wanting to join in. It's a lot of fun. Just everyone's got to remember to follow the sporting code. No arguing. The admins do a lot to put this on for us, and so does Cliff. It may be a free league, but it is not free for them to run it. So let's just give a huge shout out. Thank you to all the admins who make it possible for us to run this every single week. What's Austin Dan, I believe, yeah, he's in the pits, but Shane Tackett there, who's in second right now, running some pretty good laps. Hasn't put down any faster of a lap right now, but he's up there. That's a name you don't see very often, but I am glad to see him up there. He's one of my teammates here. Oh, and his teammate, William Ashworth, into the wall there. But, yeah, he's one of my teammates here. We should get practice going in about 2 minutes, I believe, or I think it's 8:25 it starts, actually. So we'll have qualifying here in a little bit. Started the broadcast a little bit later tonight because I had a feeling it would run late in there. The 18 of Preston O'Brien getting into Shane Tackett there, and William Ashworth also getting a little bit of that. Sorry if there's like a moment of silence as in between me talking. Like I said, I don't have anybody else up here with me like I usually do. So it's just me. We're going back to grassroots broadcasting here. Looks like your top 5 hasn't changed at all. Wes Graham still sitting in 3rd. Kevin Collins behind him. Michael Nelson. Kevin Collins, by the way, is one of your co-broadcasters. Oh. There goes the 97 spinning around. Kevin Collins is one of your co-hosts for the Lucky Dog podcast. So we'll give a shout out to him. Him and Ben Ivan put that out every week, and just give a huge shout out to them. It's very interesting to listen to it and get their insights on the GFI. They also talk about NASCAR and how their races went and everything. It's a good listen, so you guys should check into that. Travis Griffin here in the 48 one of my teammates. Looks like he's going to jump off right there. The 50 of Aaron Doggett. That's what we were just watching. But we jump to, well, back to Aaron Doggett and that Futurama scheme. I do really love that scheme. It's pretty nice. Futurama, one of my favorite shows growing up. And he is put down. He's in 15th right now with a 20.4. Isn't bad. That's not a bad lap. I'll pop up the point standings real quick so I can see where everybody is sitting, so I can let you guys know. The points are still pretty tight right now, if I'm remembering correctly. Let's see. Yeah, Austin Dan at 185. Behind him, Matthew Davis at 120. Jack Evans behind him at 119. William Ashworth behind him in 4th at 107. Kevin Collins at 103, tied with Marshall Williamson, the sponsor of this race, at 103. Travis Griffin behind them at 96. Shane Tackett with 83 points. Phil Lunn with 80. And Casey Schultz to wrap up your top 10 in points at 75. Should be a good one here when it comes to points. You really need to finish with this point system that we've got going on now with the chase and everything. You really just, you want to finish every week. You want to make sure you make the races. Every 5 races you get a drop week, so it will drop your lowest scoring point race. Oops, sorry about that. Whoopsies. But yeah. Should be a pretty interesting one here tonight. Might be a long one, so I hope you guys got the popcorn, got something to drink, and looks like they're going to do their drivers meeting right now. So Keith is telling everybody what's what, telling them to follow the rules, be good boys tonight, and girls if we have any. I don't know if we do, but I don't discriminate here in the GFI broadcast. But yeah, like I said, should be a good one. In for an exciting race tonight. I've had a lot of people on my team, my teammates on Taggy Racing. Oh, Brian Choi going around. Said that if they do end up wrecking out tonight, that one of them will hop up in the booth with me, which will be awesome. So we might get a special guest. There is your owner of GFI right there, Cliff Chanel. Let's hop back to him. He had to reinstall iRacing because that's why he wasn't in the Cup race last night, because for some reason his anti-cheat software wasn't letting him in. So glad to see him here tonight. Hoping for a good finish for him. Right now sitting 13th in practice. Not horrible. I mean, at Martinsville you never know what's going to happen. If there's a lot of cautions, you pick them off one by one, you might be able to move your way up. You got Nick Norris sitting there in 7th in practice right now. He's had a bad luck streak going, but we're hoping that he can kind of pick up on that and maybe get a good finish here tonight. He currently is sitting 17th in the point, so he's one spot out of making the chase. Oh, and Austin Dan slams the wall trying to dive the inside on Preston O'Brien. Obviously did not work out for him. So you guys may notice here we have no Purcells, and unfortunately they have been removed from the server due to unknown circumstances. But all I can say is, everyone, please follow the sporting code. Be cordial. Be nice to each other. This is a free league. We are all here for fun. It's not like we're racing for money. We are all here just to have a good time, get along, and just have good races every week. So unfortunate to not see the Purcells. You guys will no longer be seeing them. Like I said, unfortunately, they were always great to watch, always great interviews. I was really hoping to see the knife trade up by Kyle Purcell. Hopefully, if he ends up watching this and he decides to do it, he can send me a video because I was really excited to see that. Nick Norris getting into the back of the 28 there and just tapping the wall a little bit. But like I've said a couple times, we should be in for a good race. Excited to watch it. Excited to be broadcasting it. I couldn't decide whether I was going to, run it or broadcast it, but I know a lot of people look forward to watching this, so I plan on doing it for a while. I really enjoy it. Ooh, the 40 getting into the back of the 16, running him into the wall there. But like I was saying, I really enjoy doing this. Glad to put it up for the people so they can have something to watch. I mean, Tuesday nights are pretty interesting. But we are going to get going here with qualifying. Again, thank you to Marshall Williamson for sponsoring this race. We always appreciate a good sponsor on the race, so I can give a shout out to them and, give credit where credit's due. Like I was saying earlier, this is a free league, but you always need money to keep something going, There is the 28 of Ben Ivan, one of the first ones out on track. Let's see what he can do. There, Tyler Ottery in the 54. Kevin Collins goes to the top with Owen Roberts behind him. Oh, the Corn Dog Crippler up to second. And Nick Norris now in your pole right now. He's in pole position. Let's see if he can hold on to it with a 20.04. Not too bad of a lap for Nick Norris there. And there it is, Austin Dan up to the pole with a 19.94. But it seems like this race might be pretty close, so we might see somebody have something for Austin Dan. Nick Norris, 19.9. That is not a bad lap for Nick Norris. We like to see that. Ooh, Dylan Delaney up to the top with a 19.93. That's a name we do not talk about often, but he is up there. Just beat out Austin Dan. Shane Tackett up to 9th with a 20.105. There's Wes Graham in the 2. I don't believe he's put down a lap yet. Nope, no lap for him yet. He must have got out there a little late, but we'll see what he can do. Wes Graham up to 10th with a 21.10. As you heard last week, if you guys were watching, this is not one of his favorite tracks, so good to see him up in the top 10. Cliff Chanel, the owner, up into 7th. We like to see that right behind the Corn Dog Crippler of Michael Nelson. And Wes Graham up to 4th with a 19.99. And here you go, one of your LA/SCR guys here in the 65, Jordan Barnes. He's new to the team. Looks like we are almost done with qualifying. So I do believe Dylan Delaney's going to take your pole here. And Jordan Barnes is done with his qualifying lap, and I believe he was the last one to put down a qualifying lap. Oh, maybe Wes Graham has another one. Just in the pits right now. And we're going to get going here in a couple of minutes at the Martinsville Mayhem 125. They've got 125 laps tonight. We had 165 in the Cup Series last night, so not as many, but the laps go quick here at Martinsville. They go very, very fast, and here you go. They are starting to line up. So we're just going to run through your top 10. You have Dylan Delaney in pole position in that 14. Then you have right beside him Austin Dan in second. In third, you got Nick Norris in that 16. In fourth, you've got Wes Graham in the 2. In fifth, you've got Kevin Collins in that 49. In sixth, you've got William Ashworth in that 40. In seventh, you got the Corn Dog Crippler in the 15. Beside him in eighth, you've got Cliff Chanel. And behind them, you've got Owen Roberts in that 00. Beside him, you've got Shane Tackett, who hasn't loaded onto the track yet. Behind them, in 11th, you have Preston O'Brien and Dominic Frappier in 11th and 12th. Behind them is Casey Schultz and Lucas Martin. Then Jack Evans in the 62, Travis Griffin in the 48, Jordan Barnes in the 65, Noah Jones in the 38, sorry. Behind them, you got Phil Lunn in that 01, one of the admins here. Then Marshall Williamson, the sponsor of this race. Then Aaron Doggett and Tyler Ottery. Kevin Tracy behind them. I believe this is one of his first race with Ben Ivan and Brian Troy to wrap out the field. Should be an interesting one here tonight, as we are about to go green. Lights are out on the pace car. Nope, they're going to go around one more time. My bad. There you can have a nice view of the whole field there. Nice, 25 card field tonight. Not as many as we usually have, and that's because not a lot of people like Martinsville. Personally, my favorite track. I'm a short track guy, so I like these short tracks. But a lot of people do not like Martinsville. Understandable. You got to get hard on the brakes. You got to roll through the corner, get back on the throttle quick to be able to make it have good speed and, have a good run off of the corners. Here we go, about to go green. We'll jump to this camera for that. Yeah, we'll watch it from the blimp. We'll watch up top. Here we go, going green. And Dylan Delaney gets a nice run. Holding on to it, Austin Dan on the outside of the 16. Nick Norris up into second. Wes Graham and Kevin Collins behind them. They're already getting a little squirrely back there, as you can see, almost 3 wide. But the Corn Dog Crippler beside William Ashworth in that 40. We're already single file up here. Dylan Delaney starting to run away with it. Nick Norris back there in second. This is going to be a good race for him. Let's see if he can hold off Austin Dan. Oh, getting onto the curb a little bit, and Austin Dan's going to go to the inside of him. Wes Graham not able to follow him through. Got a nice battle going on back here. Dominic Frappier there, and caution is out. Tyler Ottery has crashed. Oh, let's go back and check that, see what happened to Tyler Ottery in the 54. Oop, that's too fast. There we go. Let's see what happened here. Just gets collected. Not much he can really do there. Kind of rode up into, I believe, not really sure who he got collected with there. Hoping for not too much damage on the 54 of Tyler Ottery, but you never know here at Martinsville. Sometimes you can just tap the wall and get some very bad damage. But Dylan Delaney still holding on to the lead. Austin Dan, points leader right now, sitting in second. Nick Norris back there in third. Wes Graham in fourth. Kevin Collins in fifth. Corn Dog Crippler in sixth. William Ashworth in seventh. Cliff Chanel in eighth. Owen Roberts in ninth. And Shane Tackett in 10th. And we have, I believe, 3 takers on pit road right now. Lucas Martin Marshall Williamson, and Tyler Autry. Of course, Tyler in the pits because of that caution. Let's see. Oh, he missed his pit stall, so he's going to have to pull back and pull back forward. Again, hopefully not too much damage there for Tyler Autry. And he is out, so it must not be that bad. Just trying to fix a little bit of damage before that pace car comes back around. Sorry, Jeff. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm going with Cliff for the Kodak moment. I don't know if you want to rephrase that. I'm not sure what you meant by that. I believe you might have meant that's your pick for the race. If so, that's a pretty good pick. And lights on the pace car are out. Dylan Delaney's got the inside here, which is the preferable line. So we'll see if Austin Dan can make it work. Pace car about to come into pit road here. As you can see, Tyler Autry is back out there. So obviously not too much damage. About to go green. That restart zone, it's right as you come off of this corner. So you got to get down on it without spinning the tires. I'm sure they're starting in second here as you're coming into the restart zone. And Dylan Delaney gets a nice run. Austin Dan tapping the wall, but he gets it slowed up, gets behind him. Got a battle back here. Wes Graham on the outside. Oh, wow. The corn dog crippler kind of getting tapped there. But Wes Graham still on the outside of the 16. But the 16 gets a good run. Let's see if he can hold him off. And caution. I think we are going to hear that a lot tonight. And we had, I think, 5 cars involved in that. Ah, sorry, Matthew Davis. That sucks. I mean, you're up there in the points. I'm sorry about that. So let's jump back and see what happened during this caution. It's right along with Tyler Autry. We'll go in slow-mo for this. Too slow. All right, let's just watch. Looks like Tyler Autry's running around the corner. Oh, and there's just somebody in the middle of the track, nowhere to go. And Tyler Autry getting more damage. So you got the 28, the 50, the 54, and the 65 all involved in that. Let's jump back with Jordan Barnes and check what happened to make him spin out there. Oh, he just snaps loose. Not much he can do and slams on the brakes so he doesn't hit the wall. People try to dodge it, and the 50 goes up and right into the 28. Nowhere to go. But they make it out. Dylan Delaney, still your leader. With Austin Dan right behind him. That name, you guys should know that name by now. I think, let's see how many races he's won so far. Austin Dan with 2 race wins already. Yeah, I mean, not much else you can really say. He's just dominant. 3 top 5s, 6 top 10s. I mean, doing great on the points-wise for him. So he's looking for another good race. Let's pull Nick Norris. Talk to him. Nick Norris, how's it going? How's the race going?
Oh, it's going good so far. You know, I qualified exactly like where I wanted today. So that's basically the biggest part of what I need to be successful today. And I'm just gonna try to stay where I'm at and earn a good finish that I
Yeah.
have not had in the last 5 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you need this. I mean, the past couple of races have not gone your way, so you're hoping for a good finish here, I can imagine.
Yeah, for sure. If I could top 5 it today, that would be the best finish I've had in the last 5 weeks. And not having even any top tens in this season so far is just not what I expect out of myself. It's not the standard I hold myself to, and I'm kind of quite surprised I am where I am. But hopefully we can improve today. We're going green.
All right, I'll send you back up. Thank you.
Of course. Have a good day.
Pulled him a little late there, but didn't seem to mess him up any. Dylan Delaney still in the lead, holding on to it. Austin Dan right on his bumper. Let's see what's going on back there. William Ashworth there. Michael Nelson holding on to that top 5 right now. We got a good two-wide battle with Shane Tackett and Kevin Collins. Looks like Shane Tackett's going to try to make that outside work. That's a hard line to make work, but if you can, you'll make up some places. Wes Graham on the outside of the 16, and the 16 diving in. Austin Dan, I don't know if you saw that. He just tried to dive, but Dylan Delaney held on to it. Wes Graham looks like he made the pass on Nick Norris, but Nick Norris is going to try to take the inside and just doesn't quite have it. Wes Graham running away with it, and caution's out. Like I said, you guys are going to hear that a lot tonight. So jump back. Marshall Williamson and Brian Troy, both in the back. Let's see what happened. Ooh. That didn't look like it started with Marshall Williamson, actually. Looked like it might have started with Kevin Tracy. Nope, it did not. That was just not good. I believe it might have been Phil Lunn that actually started this. Let's see what happened. Ooh, Brian Troy just gets into the side of Phil Lunn, and we have a massive pile up. Tyler Ottery involved again. Travis Griffin. That's unfortunate for those guys. It looks like everyone involved: Phil Lunn, Travis Griffin, Tyler Ottery, Noah Jones, Marshall Williamson, the sponsor, Brian Troy, Kevin Tracy, and Aaron Doggett. Unfortunate for all of them. Hopefully not too much damage. It looks like Phil might be out of this race, but we shall see. And still, Austin Dan. Looks like, no, I think Dylan Delaney still has the lead. Yep, Dylan Delaney's in the lead. Austin Dan behind him. Wes Graham behind him. Nick Norris in 4th. Corndog Crippler in 5th. Kevin Collins in 6th. Shane Tackett in 7th. William Ashworth in 8th. Cliff Chanel in 9th. And Owen Roberts rounds out your top 10. So right now, it looks like we have 3 of the tag racing guys in the top 10. Preston O'Brien, another tag racing guy, in 11th. He's back there, not too far. Travis Griffin in 16th. So all having a pretty good day so far. Yeah, for sure, Christopher. That was a big pile up. Glad to see you in here. Obviously, you did not want to run this race tonight, and I don't blame you. I hate these cars. I am a Cup guy all the way. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. He has Kodak on his car, so pictures taken with Kodak was called a Kodak moment. All right, that makes more sense. We are about to go green. Let's see if Dylan Delaney can jump the start and hold on to it like he has the past couple of restarts. Already on to our 3rd caution. Here we go. Dylan Delaney, not as good of a run as he did last time, but Austin Dan going to squeeze the gap in between Delaney and Wes Graham there. And slots in behind him. Ooh, Travis Griffin. I believe that was, yeah, Travis Griffin getting a little loose there. His teammate Preston O'Brien on the inside. Got some great battles going on. Corndog Crippler trying to hold on to that position. But you got a pile of cars behind him who want to go around. And it looks like the 49's going to try it. Kevin Collins doesn't quite make it stick. Ooh, Cliff getting a little loose there. And that gives Preston O'Brien the chance to dive in, but Cliff able to get a better run coming out of the corner from the looks of it. William Ashworth back there. This is some great two-wide battle. If they could just stay green, we'll have some good laps. Back to the front, Dylan Delaney still in the lead. Austin Dan hot on his bumper. Wes Graham back there as well. Nick Norris still in fourth. Like he said when we interviewed him, he's looking for a good finish. Had some bad luck. Right now he's got a good gap to Michael Nelson behind him. Yes, Martinsville has definitely been an ouch, Christopher. I completely agree with you there. Shane Tackett tried to make a run on Kevin Collins, but couldn't quite make it stick. We've got some good single wide action here going on. Oh, and they're already catching lap traffic. Let's see if they'll move up for Dylan Delaney and Austin Dan. Austin Dan looking like he might want to use the bumper, but almost gets into lap traffic, and they're going to have to dive around them. But Dylan Delaney runs a little high, and that's going to let Austin Dan get to his inside, but gets a better run out of the corner. Austin Dan just trying to dive in a little bit better, but it just does not seem like he's... Ooh, there we go. He's to his inside. See if he can hold it. Gets on the brakes a little bit harder, and Dylan Delaney rides up the track a little bit, but that diamond can sometimes work. And he's... Ooh, Austin Dan trying to block, but Dylan Delaney gets back to his inside. But just can't get the run coming off the corner, and Austin Dan, new race leader. It's like Michael Nelson might have got a little loose. Kevin Collins going around that lap car. Like I said, we've got some nice single wide action going on here. Doesn't really look like many battles are happening, even farther back in the field. Everyone is nice and single file, keeping it together. Let's go back to the battle for the lead. It looks like Austin Dan has put about a 4/10 gap on Dylan Delaney. But will these lap cars get in the way? Yeah, let's go, Nick. I agree with you there. Love to see it out of him. And Noah Jones not really getting out of the way for Austin Dan. Austin Dan just going to have to make something happen and get around him. There we go. Noah Jones going to go up high and let the leaders by him. And the top three are just about a second and a half above fourth and Nick Norris there. Michael Nelson kind of starting to run down Nick Norris. Looks like Shane Tackett's trying to set up a pass here on Kevin Collins, but just can't quite make it happen. And he does, actually. Gets to his inside, and Shane Tackett goes around Kevin Collins. Nice pass there. Nice, clean pass. Back to the front, Austin Dan. Now a 7/10 gap on Dylan Delaney. Just back to being dominant. What can we say, Austin Dan? When we hit that 12-week period and they start moving people up and down from the Cup Series, Austin Dan will definitely be one of those ones going up to the Cup Series. Let's just hope he can hold this speed from O'Reilly's over to the Cup Series. Tyler Ottery has gone around in the wall, and that might be a broken toe link. And caution is out. Believe it came out for Tyler Ottery there. Shumpacks, just see what happened to Tyler. I think he just got loose. No, he held on to it. He's just running slow at the bottom of the track, and they'll usually throw a caution to that. He looks like he may be done. Yeah, going slow. Slow around the track. Something's broken on that car. Doesn't look good for him. And he jumped to the pits. Maybe we can get him up into the broadcast. That would be pretty cool. Let's find out. Let's pull Preston O'Brien. I think that'll be a good interview. See what he's up to. See how his race is going. Preston, how's the race going?
What's up, man? Good so far. I'm up four positions, I believe.
Yeah. How's the car feel?
Yep.
Loose, tight?
It feels great right now. In practice, it was super loose, especially coming off of 2 and 4. But right now, it feels really good.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. Glad to see the tag guys up there. I mean, last night, me and you had some good runs. I believe you got second, right?
I did. Yeah, I did. You were on track for a third until that last caution come out.
Yep. So, good to see you guys up in the top 10 here. I believe you guys have 4 cars in the top 10 right now.
Looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good run for the tag guys here. I'm glad to see it. How's the racing? Is it clean? Is everybody just staying clean or what?
Yeah. Everybody I've been around stayed clean. Even the lap cars, they stayed out of the way. I'm actually very surprised because last night it was very chaotic with all the cautions we had, but this one is really nice.
Yeah, it's
Everybody's giving each other space.
pretty surprising. I was expecting a lot of cautions. Like I was saying at the start, I think we said over under 17.5 cautions. So
Yeah. So it'll be close. We'll see.
all right. Well, I'll send you back up for this restart. Thanks for interviewing.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
Love Preston, one of my tag racing teammates. He's always good to get a nice interview with. But here we go, going green once again. Let's see if Dylan Delaney can make a run on Austin Dan. Austin Dan blinking out a little bit. And I think that might have messed up Dylan Delaney. And that's going to let Wes get to the inside. Maybe get a run. Austin Dan holding on to that lead so far. Dylan Delaney able to hold on to second. Let's see, any 2 wide battles going on back here. Dominic Frappier to the inside of Cliff, but not able to hold on to it. Cliff able to go around. Got William Ash. Oh, Cliff getting a little loose, and he gets into the 0-0. We got to watch that live, and they are piling up. Whew, that was interesting. Let's jump back, see what happened. I mean, we saw what happened, but let's watch it again. Just Cliff getting loose on the outside, gets into the 0-0. 0-0 comes down. Travis Griffin gets into him. Nowhere to go. Nothing you could do. Who do we want to talk to here? Let's pull old Timmy Weinkoff in here. Is he racing? I don't know. Actually, I think he might just be giving people pit strategy and everything. I do not. No, I don't think he is. Timmy is not racing. Unfortunate. Always a good interview with Timmy. But let's jump to the leader here. Austin Dan still in the lead. Dylan Delaney in second. Wes Graham in third. Shane Tackett in fourth. Nick Norris back to fifth, but that's still a good position for him. Preston O'Brien in sixth. Kevin Collins in seventh. Dominic Frappier in eighth. Jack Evans in ninth. And Jordan Barnes to wrap up your top 10. Yeah, I do believe Cliff just got into the marbles there. And in these cars, you get into the marbles, it's not going to be fun. Not a lot of people in the voice chats today. I hate to just keep pulling tag guys, but next caution we'll probably pull Travis Griffin. See how his race is going. But lights are out on the pace car. We're down to 18 cars and only 17 cars on the lead lap right now. Lucas Martin, the last one on the lead lap. But here we go, about to go green. Austin Dan, still your race leader. Let's see if he can jump Dylan Delaney. Dylan Delaney kind of spinning the tires, and that's going to let Wes Graham get to the inside. See if he can make it stick and hold it. And Dylan Delaney clears Wes Graham, but Wes Graham, nope, not able to get back to the inside there. Dylan Delaney right on the bumper of Austin Dan. I believe we just had somebody go around from the sound I just heard. Yep. Caution is out. Let's see why. I think William Ashworth and Marshall Williamson were involved in that. Ooh. The 38, Noah Jones gets into the back of the 77. Nowhere the 40 could go. I mean, he didn't even know that was happening. Let's jump on board with William Ashworth for that. And see what it was like for that to happen from the cockpit. If I can find it here. There we go. See what that was like for him. I mean, he's just about to take his corner like normal and just gets slammed in the rear. Yeah, just turned. Nothing he could do. Absolutely nothing. So Austin Dan, still your race leader. Nick Norris back up to 4th. That's good racing for him. I'm happy to see it. Should be, like I was saying, a good race. I mean, they've had a nice green flag run there. 6th caution of the night. But Dylan Delaney, see if he's got anything for Austin Dan. Would be nice to see a good race for the lead here. Cliff Chanel back in 15th after that caution. He makes it back out. Let's pull Travis, see how his race is going. Travis Griffin, how's the race going, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good. It seems like it's not as caution-filled as last night, but how's your race so far?
Just hanging out in the middle of the pack. Not really one of my best tracks, so trying to survive till the end.
Yeah, that is the goal here at Martinsville, is just survive. Do you have, what's your strategy here tonight?
Just hang out, try to keep the bumpers on it. I got a bent wheel right now, about 2.5 minutes of damage, but
yeah, you were involved in one of those cautions, weren't you?
yeah, I got my front pretty good bent.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping your luck here turns around and you can wheel that thing around. I'll send you back up for the green flag. Sorry that I pulled you kind of late.
You're all good. Appreciate it.
Yep. Travis Griffin, another one of my teammates there. One of the only, I mean, it seems like the tag guys are the only ones in the chat. And Austin Dan gets a nice jump here. And Wes Graham able to get to the inside of Dylan Delaney. That's going to be a good battle back there. He clears him. Also back here, Nick Norris on the outside of Kevin Collins. Just, rides high. Let's hope he doesn't get into the marbles. Dominic Frappier now going for the pass. And he's going to get to the inside of Nick Norris, but Nick Norris making that outside work. Dominic Frappier. Oh, no, Nick Norris gets the better run off the corner. But not quite able to get it. Dominic Frappier still working on that pass. Preston O'Brien right behind them, waiting to pounce on whatever's about to happen. Ooh, almost rides up into the 16. That's his teammate, so he gets on the brakes. And Michael Nelson not able to quite get to the inside. And Nick Norris just making that outside work. Dominic Frappier gets onto the apron, and that's going to mess up his run. So that lets Nick Norris get back into position. Austin Dan still in the lead, but Wes Graham not letting him get too far away. Dylan Delaney falls back to third. Those three have been up there all day long. Let's see if they can hold on to it. On lap 56 already. Out of 125. Got good racing going on so far. And Michael Nelson making a pass on Preston O'Brien. Shane Tackett also moving to the inside. I thought I just heard somebody hit the wall. Maybe not. Shane Tackett looks like he's going to complete the pass. And William Ashworth's going to go under his teammate as well. They're all just, they pushed him right up. And that lets Jack Evans get to the inside of Preston O'Brien as well. Preston O'Brien just getting left out to dry on the outside, and they're rubbing. But Preston O'Brien gets the better run, but it looks like Jack Evans is going to complete that pass, and now Jordan Barnes is going to try to follow through. And caution's out. I believe Noah Jones has crashed. Let's jump back and see what happened. Noah Jones in that 38. There's Travis Griffin, the guy we just talked to, back there with the damaged wheel. Looks like Noah Jones, yeah, just gets loose. And Travis Griffin misses hit by a little bit. Noah Jones down into the wall all by himself. Just a self-spin there. Not much you can do if you get on the brakes a little too hard. It happens. And Dylan Delaney has entered pit road. Followed suit by Nick Norris. Looks like they're going to try to take some tires. But Austin Dan and Wes Graham stay out. Kevin Collins now going to take third place. Michael Nelson back there in fifth. Shane Tackett in sixth. We got a lot of people staying out. We need to keep an eye on the guys that pit because they're going to have those fresh tires. And we haven't ran a lot of green flag laps, but we've ran enough to where those fresh tires could make a difference. Let's pull Jordan Barnes, see how his race is going. Jordan Barnes at Zach in the booth. How's your race going?
It's going great. We're having fun out here. I was expecting this race to go a lot worse. The car's handling surprisingly a lot well. Practice, it wasn't too good. We got a couple things lined out. Been talking with the team. It's been going great. Got a good strategy if it goes green right here.
Yeah, I mean, you're running pretty well. It looks like it. Did you stay out on this caution?
Yes, we did. We
Okay.
got a strategy booked up for this. Hopefully, it brews right. If it brews wrong, we'll throw it down and get some tires on it. But we're playing a gamble here.
Yeah, you had about half the field come in for that caution there and take tires and fuel. How's the fuel looking? Do you think you'll have to come in soon, or with all these cautions, are you good?
I am 4 laps to the good. I've been saving good. Been talking to the team. It's been going good. Casey stuck a lap down and got a black flag for speeding. But
Gotcha.
other than that, team's going great.
Well, let's hope your strategy works out here. I'll send you back up for this green flag. Thanks for talking with me.
Thank you.
Jordan Barnes, one of the Cup Series broadcasters. Well, here we go. We're about to go green once again. Austin Dan gets a run. Ooh, and he's blinking. That happens quite a lot, it seems, but able to hold on to it. Wes Graham gets stuck on the outside, and Kevin Collins might be able to make something happen near Shane Tackett. Michael Nelson also looking to pounce right behind them. Shane Tackett to the inside of the 15. Can he make it stick and make it work? Looks like he just might. Still working on that pass. But if he can get a better run out of this corner, and it looks like he will. The Corn Dog Crippler not able to quite hold on to it on the outside. Also got another battle back here. Cliff Chanel already back up to 8th with Nick Norris on those fresh tires. Remember, we got to watch out for them there. Ooh, gets a little loose but catches it. Nick Norris trying to work the outside. I mean, he might kill those fresh tires already. Jordan Barnes, who we just talked to, also stuck on the outside with William Ashworth going to the inside, looking to complete the pass, and he does. Cliff Chanel trying to also follow suit, follow through. And Nick Norris still on the outside there and has to slow up for Jordan Barnes. Dominic Frappier going to go through the middle. Oh, and we have a caution. Lucas Martin has spun around. See what happened. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage. Jack Evans, I just don't think he was expecting him to be there. Nope, not at all. And Jack Evans kind of turns him, gets him up into the wall. Unfortunate there for the 57. Good race so far. And it looks like, there you go, your leaders are coming in. Austin Dan, Wes Graham, Kevin Collins. But Shane Tackett going to stay out along with Michael Nelson back there. But this should move those guys on fresh tires back up. Cliff Chanel, he had to pit for damage, so he's definitely, you know, he's going to have some fresher tires. Nick Norris behind him. But you had a lot of people come in, including Jordan Barnes, so we'll see what their plan is here. I believe, you know, with that caution, you just kind of have to come in. I think he could tell that those people on fresh tires behind him were able to start running him down. But what does this mean for Austin Dan? I mean, that's going to pop him out pretty far back. And West here, battle off pit road. Wes Graham not able to quite get it. But that's gonna put him kind of far back in the pack here with about 50 to go. Shane Tackett, new leader. I mean, we saw in qualifying he put down a great lap. He also was putting down some fast laps in practice, so we'll see what he can do here. Corndog Crippler there in second. But right now, that's, you've got still four of the Tag E-Racing guys up in the top 10, which is great for them. Unfortunately, my teammate of Brian Troy back there, about 9 laps down. Too bad for him. But let's see where that has dropped. Yeah, Wes Graham back there and Austin Dan in 9th and 10th. So the people that have pit, they're going to be back there a little ways. I mean, that's what's going to happen when you pit, but they are on fresh tires. Probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 lap fresher tires than the guys in front of them. So should be a good race. And here we go, going green. See if Shane Tackett can get a run onto the green, and he does. Michael Nelson not quite able to do anything, but he slots into the inside. Cliff Chanel up to 4th, but kind of rides up. And looks like he might have got into the wall a little bit there. And Austin Dan, always aggressive, trying to go 3 wide and gets... Oh, he's getting... Oh, my... Wow. I don't even know what to say there. Preston O'Brien gets turned. I'm just going to say that was a little aggressive out of Austin Dan. I understand he's on fresh tires, but doing what he just did right there, making it 3 wide. And the 18 gets into the back of the 05. And then, you know, they all slow up. Jordan Barnes turns the 18. Unfortunate there for Preston O'Brien. They were all running very, very well. Austin Dan up to 7th now. We'll see how aggressive he's going to be on this next restart. I'm not going to pull Preston because I'm sure he is not happy with that. Let's pull Nick Norris. Nick, the race is going well, it seems.
Yeah, we're back up here with our pit strategy that we just pitted on the last caution before this one. And going to try to keep digging and hold position.
I was going to say that caution seemed to help you out. Came in, took fresh tires. I mean, you weren't too far back, and you had started running through the field. You were stuck on the outside a little bit, but still, you know, holding on to it. Are you afraid of Austin Dan back there?
Yes. Yes. I think no matter what, he's coming through. I can play whatever defense I got, but I think he's coming through.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you there for being kind of nervous. Did you hear anything in the VC from Preston on what happened?
Sounds like a nose got dove in on him, and he just got turned around on, and that'll set him in 18th or so, I believe.
Yeah, that's about what we saw in the broadcast. I just wanted to see if he said anything. How's this feeling so far? I mean, you're sitting in fourth. This is your best race so far out of the season.
Well, it's a good day so far. We got 51 laps to ruin that, so let's see. Hope we can hang on.
I don't think you're going to ruin it by the way you're running so far. Not trying to jinx you or anything, but it seems like it's going pretty well. So I'm hoping for good luck here. Anything else out of your other teammates that you've heard?
No, I think we're all doing pretty all right. Having a good time together, that's for sure.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you guys are all having fun, having a good race, and like I said, good luck to you. I mean, Shane Tackett up in first. That's one of your
Yeah,
teammates.
that's awesome.
And
Yeah,
it's-
kind of distant teammate. He's like basically an affiliate, I guess you'd say. But
Yeah.
yeah, if he can get a win, we still all celebrate, you know. So if that'd be awesome if he could get it done. He got a really good pit strategy that helped him get there. But I've got a little fresher tires, so I'll see what I can do.
All right, I'll send you back up for the green. Thanks for talking to me.
Thank you, of course. Thank you.
Oh, glad to see it for Nick. I mean, it feels great to see him up there after all the bad luck he's had. So I'm just very, very happy to see him. And here we go, going green. Shane Tackett gets the run, and let's see if Nick Norris can follow him through. Not quite able to. Dominic Frappier's right there on the inside. Got a little loose. But Nick Norris going to be able to dive the inside of his teammate, William Ashworth, and William Ashworth's going to let him through. I hear people hitting the wall. But William Ashworth's going to slot in behind him. Dylan Delaney back there, who pit, is on fresh tires. And Austin Dan looks like he is trapped right now. He is trapped back there, trying to make something happen. And looks like Dominic Frappier has gone around. Another caution. 10th caution of the night. We might hit that over on the 17 and a half caution. So if you took the over, you might just win here. I know we kind of saw it, but we'll jump back and check what happened with Dominic Frappier. Might have just got loose coming into the corner. No, he overslows, and Kevin Collins just slams into the back of him. Nothing the 05 could do there. Unfortunate for him. And Jordan Barnes back into the pits. Hopefully, I think he might have got a little bit of damage from that caution. So, unfortunate for him. My broadcast cursed him, but, you know, what can you do? I also didn't pick a driver for tonight on who I think's going to win. So, you know who I'm going with? Nick Norris. I'm hoping I don't give him the broadcast curse, but I would love to see a Nick Norris win tonight. Shane Tackett, though, still holding on to your lead. Michael Nelson behind him, the Corn Dog Crippler. William Ashworth in third. Nick Norris in fourth. Dylan Delaney in fifth. Cliff Chanel in sixth, the owner of GFi Racing. Thank you, Cliff. Austin Dan back there in seventh, trying to work his way through the field and get back up to the front. Wes Graham right behind him in eighth, also trying to work their way back up to the front. Travis Griffin with a lot of damage to his rear bumper, sitting in ninth right now. And Marshall Williamson, the sponsor of this race, has worked his way back up to 10th. He's up 10 spots. Shane Tackett also up 9 spots, but your biggest mover right now, Marshall Williamson, up 10. Let's check the pit stops here. As you can see, Shane Tackett last pit on lap 48. Michael Nelson on 36. Nick Norris on 59, so he's got some fresher tires. William Ashworth on 42. But Austin Dan still trying to make something happen and make his way back up to the front. Last pit on lap 42. And we are about to go green. Let's see if Shane Tackett can make it work again. He's made it work all night long. That inside is where you want to be. Here we go. Green flag's in the air. Shane Tackett running away with it. William Ashworth able to get to the inside of the 15. Dylan Delaney able to get to the inside of the 16. And they've kind of built a gap there from about the 2 back. They've built a little bit of the gap, getting 3 wide, and Nick Norris backs out of it. Does not want to be wrecked out of this race, and I do not blame him. Austin Dan up there in 4th, trying to make his way back up. Already making up some good ground. Wes Graham trying to make a pass on the 15. And Shane Tackett still in the lead, but Austin Dan on those fresher tires is trying to make something happen on Dylan Delaney, but not quite able to make it work. See if he can run his way back to the front. Shane Tackett right now up 4/10. He needs to get away from them before Austin Dan's able to make his way back up to the front. Austin Dan looks like he might go for the pass here, and yes, he does on Dylan Delaney. Blinking out again. And he's going to get to the inside, but not quite able to make it stick, but he's going to get on the brakes later. This has been a pretty good battle so far for Austin Dan and Dylan Delaney. Ooh, Dylan Delaney up into the wall a little bit, but Austin Dan able to make it work, and now he's going to start to work on William Ashworth for second. Austin Dan has worked his way back up to the front, and unfortunately Wes Graham was not able to follow him. Caution is out. It's like Jordan Barnes has gone around. Ooh, unfortunate for Jordan Barnes. Let's see what happened. Just gets on the brakes a little too hard. Gets loose. Ooh, just barely taps the wall. And nobody hits him. He's able to continue going. Yeah, that Let's Go Cliff is right. Up into 8th. It's looking good so far. Not a lot of damage, and looks like we're going to have some people coming down into the pits. Nope, just Michael Nelson. And Cliff Chanel behind him, coming in to fix a little bit of damage and get some tires. Ooh, that 57 back there's got a good bit of damage. Lucas Martin. Let's see if we can get any of that fixed. Might have a toe link broken. Shane Tackett, though, this is awesome to watch. Love to see it for one of my tag guys here. Looks like the 97 is going to get the free pass. So that should put him 1 lap down now. It's been a good race so far, you know. 11 cautions, but that's to be expected in the Learner Series. Going well so far, though, for Shane Tackett and William Ashworth, both tag guys there. And then in 3rd, you've got Austin Dan, who's trying to work his way back to the front. He's going to be starting on the inside here, so he's got a good chance to get to the inside of the 40. Wes Graham in 5th. Dylan Delaney in, I believe, 4th, actually. The timing's a little messed up there. Nick Norris back there in 6th. Jack Evans in 7th. Preston O'Brien in 8th. Travis Griffin in 9th. And Ben Ivan in, I think, 10th. Yeah, Ben Ivan in 10th. Here we go. About to go green, though. See if Austin Dan can do anything to make his way back to the front. Shane Tackett gets a better run, and Austin Dan right behind it. Ooh, William Ashworth gets up into the wall. But I think we stay green. But that lets Austin Dan make his way right back to 2nd. And we got a spinner. Cliff Chanel is spun, but I think he caught it. Yes, he did. And I believe somebody else just might have spun. Nope, 48 just got into the wall a little bit. And Austin Dan has taken the lead. To be expected. Unfortunate for Shane and Tackett, but, you know, Austin Dan, he is so good. Wes Graham going to try to run him down. And Wes Graham is making up some time on Austin Dan, but not able to quite get to him quite yet. Up 6/10 right now on Wes Graham. So we got any battles going on back here? Yes, we do. Kevin Collins going for a pass on the 40. And he is going to complete that pass. Kevin Collins going to try to follow, Michael Nelson's going to try to follow him through. Corndog Crippler makes the pass on William Ashworth. William Ashworth might have some damage. Ooh, we have a spinner. Believe Brian Troy has spun, but no caution yet. Nope, no caution yet. That lets Cliff Chanel make his way back up through the field, up into 18th. Unfortunate that he got a little loose there, but still holding on to it. Nick Norris here in the 16th, in 4th. Made a pass on Shane Tackett for 4th. Austin Dan still your race leader, but he's coming up on some lap traffic. They're going to let him right by. Wes Graham going by. Dylan Delaney going to go by, and that lap car is going to let him by. That's the right way to do it. Wes Graham trying everything he can think of right now to catch up to Austin Dan, but Austin Dan just dominant like always. We're about to come to 26 laps to go, and you are right. Let's go 62. Jack Evans up into 6th. Let's jump back, see how he's doing here. In that nice pink and black car. He's having a good race so far. We like to see that for Jack Evans. He's doing good in the points as well. Yes, Jack Evans right now sitting 3rd in the points. Jump back here. Austin Dan has a 2nd gap on Wes Graham. Just starting to run away with it. Let's see if Noah Jones is going to get out of the way of Austin Dan, and he does. He's going to let him take that as Noah Jones comes into pit road. Austin Dan second, 1.2 seconds above Wes Graham. 23 to go here. 22 as we come to the line. Nick Norris still in 4th, trying to pick his way through and maybe make a pass on Dylan Delaney. See if he can catch up to him, maybe make a pass on him. We've got some racing going on back here. Preston O'Brien getting to the bumper of the 62 of Jack Evans. Oh, and the 49 gets turned. And that's going to be a caution. I believe William Ashworth might have got into the back of him there. Nope, sorry. Michael Nelson got into the back of him there, and then, nowhere to go for William Ashworth. Unfortunate for him. But that gives Wes Graham a chance at Austin Dan. And that also, gives Nick Norris a chance at Dylan Delaney. Let's see what happens. Nick Norris having a great race so far, sitting in 4th. Jack Evans up to 5th. Up 10 spots right now. Marshall Williamson, sponsor of our race here tonight, up to 10th. Ben Ivan, your biggest mover right now, up 12 spots. Jack Evans having an awesome race tonight already. I mean, up to 5th, that's 10 spots. You got to be happy for him. He's had a couple bad runs, so nice to see him up there. And I hate to point this out, but right now your biggest loser, Owen Roberts, he's out of the race. He went down 15 spots. But the current person who is on track, who is the biggest loser, is tied between Kevin Collins and William Ashworth. Unfortunate for both of them. And I'm not calling them losers. I'm just saying that they have lost the most positions so far. Twelfth caution of the night. We're going to get going here with about 18, maybe 19 laps. Let's check that last pit stop here. Austin Dan on 39-year-old tires. Wes Graham behind him on 40 lap tires. Dylan Delaney on 48. Nick Norris also on 48. Jack Evans on 48. And Preston O'Brien on 48. Michael Nelson just pit. He's got 18 lap fresh tires, as well as Lucas Martin. So we'll see what happens. Got the battle for first going on right here. Let's see if Austin Dan can hold off Wes Graham or Dylan Delaney back there. Two very good drivers. Austin Dan gets a good run, and Dylan Delaney kind of spins the tires. Wes Graham able to hold on to it. Nick Norris up to third. Let's see if he can make this pass on Wes Graham. He's going to go for it. Not quite able to make it stick. Wes Graham able to hold on to that position, and Austin Dan back running away with it. Nick Norris going to try again. Just still not quite able to get the nose in there. Looks like Dylan Delaney's riding high a little bit. Thought he was going to try to make a pass on Nick Norris on the outside. Preston O'Brien right behind him. Looks like he's might go for the pass, but not quite able to get the nose in. Austin Dan, still your race leader, already almost a second up on Wes Graham. Nick Norris kind of falling back a little bit, but still holding on to that third place. Dylan Delaney holding on to fourth. Preston O'Brien back there. Lucas Martin in sixth. Michael Nelson in seventh, getting passed by Jack Evans. Jack Evans gets loose, and that will throw the caution. 13th caution of the night, getting closer and closer to that 17.5 caution mark. Good race so far for our top five. You got, like I said, Austin Dan in first, Wes Graham in second, Nick Norris in third, Dylan Delaney in fourth, Preston O'Brien in fifth, Lucas Martin in sixth, Michael Nelson in seventh, the Corn Dog Crippler, Marshall Williamson, the sponsor of this race, in eighth, Shane Tackett in ninth, and Kevin Collins rounds out your top 10. Says Aaron Doggett crashed as well. I'm not sure what happened there, but the 65 looks like he's going to get the free pass. Thirteenth caution of the night, like I said. Believe we're going to get going with, maybe 10 to go, a little bit under. Checking back right now to see who has won each race here. I believe Austin Dan might be going for 3 in a row. I believe, yes, I do believe he's going for 3 in a row here. See if he can Tyler Reddick this. About to get going green once again. See Wes Graham trying to scrub some heat into the tires just so he can maybe make a run on Austin Dan. Austin Dan very good on the restart so far. Let's see if he can do it again. And he does, but Wes Graham able to kind of hold on to him there. Not as hard as he did. He's going to go to the outside of Austin Dan. Not able to quite make it work. Nick Norris going for the pass and caution. Caution is out. Not even sure what threw the caution there. Try to jump back and see, I guess. We'll go to the blimp. Let's try to find the best view to see what caused the caution. Oh, the 25 goes around. And that threw the caution out. 25 of Casey Schultz. Now that we know who did it, we can jump back. Yeah, he just got loose. Luckily wasn't able to collect anybody. I'm very surprised that that threw the caution, but iRacing can be weird about stuff like that. Again, that gives Wes Graham another chance at Austin Dan. Top 10 as it stands right now. Austin Dan in first, Wes Graham in second, Nick Norris in third, Dylan Delaney in fourth, Lucas Martin in fifth, Preston O'Brien in sixth, Michael Nelson, the Corndog Crippler, in seventh, Shane Tackett in eighth, Marshall Williamson, the sponsor of this race, in ninth, and Ben Ivan in 10th, the other co-host of the Lucky Dog podcast. Like, I believe Kevin Tracy. Yeah, Kevin Tracy going to get the free pass. Been a good race so far. A little caution filled, but that's to be expected here at Martinsville. 14th caution of the night. Let's see if Austin Dan can hold on to this lead, or will Nick Norris, Wes Graham, Dylan Delaney, Lucas Martin have anything for him. I'm surprised to see Lucas Martin up there after the damage he got, but already starting to make his way back through. That is very good to see. Pace car in. Wes Graham just trying to scrub as much heat into those tires as he can to get a better run on Austin Dan. Here we go, green flag's in the air, and Austin Dan not able to get quite as good of a run as he usually is. Wes Graham holds that outside, and Dylan Delaney was able to make a pass, and caution's out. As soon as we start to get going, caution comes out. Not sure what threw it there. Let's jump up and find out. Ooh, the 40. Just kind of looks like he just got loose. Not able to do much about that. Let's jump back. See why. Oh, Cliff just gets into the side of him, not on the brakes hard enough. And I think he is DQ'd after too many incident points. Unfortunate there for William Ashworth. But again, that gives Wes Graham another chance at him, but just not able to stay green long enough to see if he has anything for Austin Dan. Dylan Delaney has taken third from Nick Norris, so Lucas Martin still back there in fifth. Fifteenth caution of the night. We're getting closer and closer to that 17.5 mark on the cautions. So if you took the over, you might just get it. I feel like the person in the best position right now, Dylan Delaney, because he's gonna start on that inside, so he might be able to get a run on Wes Graham to get a second place. But Austin Dan just able to fire off a lot better than everybody else. But Wes Graham was able to hold on to him, keep him on his inside there. Nick Norris, again, having a great race up into fourth. But he's going to be starting on the outside, so he's got to watch out for those people on his inside diving. Believe, we got the free pass there. I think Kevin Tracy once again. Nope, I was wrong. But about to go green. See if Austin Dan can fire off, and green flag's in the air, but Wes Graham able to hold him there once again. And like I said, Lucas Martin's able to dive the inside of Nick Norris. The 14, Dylan Delaney, also trying to get to the inside of Wes Graham. And Austin Dan is away with it. 2 laps to go. White flag's in the air. Next flag ends the race. Looks like if Austin Dan doesn't make a mistake, this is his race to lose. Coming into the final corner. Nick Norris trying to make a pass on the 57 right before the final, but he's not going to quite get there, not able to get the run. And Austin Dan drifting as he comes to his 3rd win in a row. Drifting around these corners. Austin Dan, 3 in a row. Well, Austin Dan, 3 wins in a row. Congratulations to Austin Dan. Here comes the burnouts. So Austin Dan in first, Wes Graham in second, Dylan Delaney in third, Lucas Martin in fourth, Nick Norris in fifth, Preston O'Brien in sixth, Michael Nelson, the corn dog crippler, in seventh, Ben Ivan in 8th, Shane Tackett in 9th, William Ashworth able to fight his way back up for a top 10. Big congratulations to Austin Dan here. What a race. Another dominant victory for Austin Dan. Again, congratulations to Austin Dan, Wes Graham, Dylan Delaney on the top 3. Lucas Martin able to work his way back up to 4th even with all the damage, and Nick Norris with a top 5 finish. Preston O'Brien, that's a nice finish, 2 nights in a row for him. 2nd place last night, 6th place tonight. Great, great win for him. Well, everyone, it was fun broadcasting tonight. I don't believe, none of those top 3 are in a voice chat, so I think we will let's grab an interview with Nick. See how he feels after that top 5. Nick Norris, top 5 finish.
Oh, whoa, you talked to top 5s? Hey.
Well, nobody else is in a voice chat, so.
Oh, all right. So I get to steal the thunder.
You
Nice.
do.
Well, also, technically, without Cup drivers, I finished P3, so I am a podium finisher.
Oh, that is true, yes. Congratulations there. Top 3 for the points.
Thank you, yes.
Bump you up pretty good. You got anything to say here?
This is great. That's what I needed. Just a good day. P3. I'm sitting maybe P18 or 20 in the points. I'm not sure. And this is gonna. I don't know how far it'll bump me up. Couldn't be substantial, I'd imagine, but we'll see where it goes. And hopefully, it's a good trend for the future.
Well, I'm glad to see you, finally get a good finish here. I mean, you've been waiting for it, just bad luck after bad luck, and to, stay up front, just being able to stay there, like I said, it must feel great, and I'm
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
happy for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Finished with 0x too, so just a real good week.
Nice. So you'll get some of those bonus points there for 0x.
Oh no, never mind. It counted my 2 incident points where I purposely hit the wall after the race in celebration of the great day.
Oh, 100%, yeah. So,
I'll eat it.
just wanna ask, how do you feel about Austin Dan getting 3 in a row here?
Like it should be me. No, I'm kidding. It's great for him. He's fast. He deserves all the wins that he's got. He's the fastest car on track when he wins. So I wish I would be, but it's not where I currently am at.
Well, again, I'm really happy to see you in the top 5. It makes me happy to see that, and we're hoping for good luck next week at Rockingham.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, not a familiar track to me in the O'Reilly car, but gonna see if we can figure something out.
Oh, I'm sure you can. Another short track, so hopefully you can make something happen.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see.
All right, I'll send you back up, and again, congratulations on that top 5.
Thank you, Zach. Thanks for the broadcast.
Not a problem. Very happy for Nick Norris there to finally have his luck turn around. So again, I just want to give a huge shout out to Marshall Williamson for sponsoring this race and AC Cycles. Thank you for sponsoring it. Give a huge shout out to Cliff for running this awesome league that we're able to run in every week. Huge shout out to the admins who put together everything. Keith in the background, you guys may never see him, but he does race control, and he's, couldn't do it without him. Phil Lunn, our Discord admin, awesome guy. Shout out to him. Just shout out to everybody that puts this league together. And, shout out to Austin Dan on the 3 in a row. Congratulations to him. So next week, everyone remember, the Cup Series is in an off week. So we will not be racing next week. We get a little bit of a break. So it feels pretty good to have that break. I'm going to pull Lucas Martin to see how he feels about his P4 finish. Lucas Martin, P4, how's it feel?
P4? P5.
No.
P4.
Yeah, P4.
Oh, my bad.
How's it feel to get a P4 finish there?
Warning, I started deep in the field, and I got about 3.5 minutes of damage early. I pitted every caution until about 80 laps in. Just trying to get damage, and I kept coming out about 20th. With about 40 to go, I'm like, I'm not pitting anymore. I still had about 2 minutes of damage. Because I got even more when I got turned, but...
Yep. Yeah, I saw that. I did point out in the broadcast, I mean, I saw you had damage. Like, it didn't look very good, and then it was...
I had wheel damage. It was wreck early, and they hit me right in the right front. I felt the steering wheel move immediately, and I was like, yep, there's some wheel damage.
Well, I'm glad to see that you were able to get a good finish out of it. I mean, it must feel pretty good, even with the damage, to be able to work your way back up through the field. And
yeah, it wasn't terrible, but it was just, the turning was pretty bad. We got about 10 laps in, it did not want to turn. So I was about 30 laps on this run, and it was pretty bad, but I edged Nick out there at the line.
I did notice that. So as the run went on, did it get tighter or looser?
Tighter. It just wouldn't rotate through the center, and I had to use less throttle, more brake, just to get it turned off.
Well, I'm happy to see that. Always good to get an interview with you, and I'll send you back up to your SCR guys there.
And it's like I keep finishing top 5. I want to win, but
Oh, I can imagine. I can actually I can tell you in a second.
I know I finished top 5 in every cup race.
You have 3 top 5s and 4 top 10s.
Yeah.
So must feel pretty good. I'm happy to see it for you.
It's in O'Reilly, right?
Yeah.
This race was all right. Everybody ran me like junk, but that's just how Martinsville is.
Yeah.
Can't get mad.
That is why I named this one the Martinsville Mayhem, because it is beating and banging all race long.
Yeah, and you run somebody like junk, jump, just expect it back.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
It's just how it goes.
I hope
Especially last.
Hope you have a good off week next week. I'm sure we'll see you in the O'Reillys at Rockingham, but
Yeah.
enjoy
I'll
your
be there.
day off on Monday.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
Lucas Martin, always good to get an interview with him. I like Lucas Martin, one of the SCR guys there. Good to see him up in the top 5 after getting all that damage. So again, thank you to everybody that watched. Thank you to the admins. Congratulations to Austin Dan. Huge shout out to him for 3 in a row. Thank you everybody, and I will see you guys next week. I am number 19, Zach Bardo, in the Cup Series. You will not see a Cup Series race next week because we have an off week, but I will be here for the O'Reilly's race. Hope everybody has an awesome night.